This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before getting into the workout, check out the Instagram post for the warm-up. When doing the warm-up, we want to make sure we get ourselves ready for the workout by increasing our heart rate, increasing our body temperature, and we start to sweat a little bit before we get into it. For the strength portion today, we are going to be working on a little bit of a different variation for the front squat. We're going to be doing 1 1/4 front squats. What we're doing here is we're going to squat all the way, recover only partially to about parallel or slightly below parallel, and then go back down to the bottom of the squat, and then stand up fully. What that's going to look like from the side: squat fully, recover partially to about parallel, and then back down, and then full stand. We want to make sure that we're hitting all those positions correctly, because if we don't do this correctly, it's not going to be an effective movement. We're doing this to increase the strength in the bottommost portion of the squat. That's going to aid us in the recovery for the squat, the clean, and the snatch positions when we go to full depth. What that's going to look like with the weights: got to pick up the weights from the floor. So I'm going to clean them to my shoulders. From here, I'm going to do my 1 1/4 squats. So full squat, hit that bottom position, come up partially to about parallel, back down fully, and then stand all the way up. From the side, full squat, rise up to about parallel, down, and stand. We're going to be doing these as a couple sets of 5 to warm up, getting to a moderate or a moderately heavy weight. And then from there, we're going to go into 5 sets of 3, continuing to add weight as long as we can maintain good positions. That's what we mean by having perfect reps. We want to make sure that we're not hitting mechanical breakdown. If we do, back off a little bit, make sure those reps all look good, they feel good, you're hitting those good positions. Take it slow, don't rush through it. Again, we want to make sure we're working on that bottommost part. If we don't do it correctly, it's not going to be all that effective. Following the strength portion, we're going to move into a Metcon, where we are going to be decreasing volume of our V-ups, and we're going to keep the dumbbell snatches the same. So for the workout, we have 3 different intervals we're going to work on. All of it is for time, but you have to rest after each round. Round 1, it's going to start with 40 V-ups and 20 alternating dumbbell snatches. The RX weight for the men is 50 pounds. RX weight for the woman is 35. Or whatever is a manageable weight for you to move through 20 reps consistently. If 50 pounds is too heavy for the men, dial it back to 40, 45. Maybe you're even doing the 35 pounds. That's okay. For ladies, again, same idea, back the weight down as needed if 35 pounds is just not in your cards yet. So again, back to the workout, we have a round of 40 and 20, and then you're going to rest for 2 minutes. That means that you can go pretty hard in the working time, and then knowing that you're going to have 2 minutes of rest. In the second round, you're doing 30 V-ups, and then the dumbbell snatches stay the same at 20. Rest another 2 minutes, and then you finish off the last round with 20 V-ups and 20 dumbbell snatches. Break the V-ups into more manageable sets. If you can go straight through, do your 40, your 30, and your 20, no problem, go for it. If you find that fatigues you too much, you need to take the rest, break it up into more manageable sets. So talk about the V-up. V-up. Laying on the ground, make sure your back gets pressed against the floor, arms overhead, feet are on the ground below you, and we're going to flatten the back and then bring our hands and feet together out in front of our bodies. Always bringing your hands and feet back to the ground. That's our starting position. Ending position is in the air. Start back on the ground. So once you've done your 40, 30, or 20 V-ups, then you'll go to your dumbbell snatch, picking the weight from the floor. I'm going to big drive from the legs, pull through the arms, and land or catch the weight overhead in one smooth motion. Overhead, stacked over my shoulder, nice and tight. Switch my grip for hands on the way down. If you need to, you can bring the weight all the way down, switch on the bottom if you need to, just involves a little bit more work. Make sure you have lots of tension throughout before you go into the next pull. Remember that drive is all coming from the legs. Big stand, pull, punch overhead. All right, your score is the total time it takes you to accumulate all that work, including the 2 minutes rest you need to take between rounds. All right, get after it and have fun.